And all right, I think we live.
We
We
live,
live.
we live. What's happening, folks? Happy
Hey,
hump
hey,
day.
what's going on, good people? Happy Wednesday. TCW Tribe Called Wealth podcast is back
Sir.
delivering the goods.
Back with some more heat for you guys.
Absolutely.
Drop a little knowledge, little Q&A, just kick it with you guys, showing
You know
face.
it.
We just love to be in front of the people and, collab and drop some gems and engage with the community. That's what we're here for.
Yes, yes, yes. I see people falling in. I appreciate that. They let me know you guys had your reminders on. Shout out to you guys. Guys, let us know where you checking in from. Let us know what you got going on, how you feeling this Wednesday. It is
Mhm.
hump day, but we don't necessarily have to work hard. We want to work smart, right? So
Oh yeah,
let's
definitely. We want to be efficient out here,
absolutely,
like we talked about last week.
absolutely. Yeah, man. So Jimmy, we got a great show, man. We talking
Hmm.
about wellness, just overall wellness, right? And
Mm.
I know a lot of people hit us up, for the financial advice, and I appreciate you. Shout out to you guys for that. We've been, definitely keeping us busy with that. But what I'm learning and what we are learning as we grow every day, right, is that wellness, wealth, right, and wellness go hand in hand. So what we want to do is we want to always continue to remind you and press the issue of wellness because it does no good for you to make all this money, get all this success, and then you're not well, right?
Right,
You
can't
got
enjoy it.
a shitty quality of life, right? So we're gonna just talk about some practices, some best practices for you to keep that stress level down and really like some signs of early depression, man, because
Mm.
that's the thing, right? Like with the
Yeah.
holidays just coming up, just passing, I'm sorry, and the new year. And now, I mean, like it's like this new year just hit us fast, right, guys? We are in day 11, right?
Yeah.
Like we in day 11, and I'm sure it's. I don't know about you guys, but my life is crazy. There's so much stuff going on. So,
Facts.
man, we just want to make sure that we healthy and well to be able to enjoy, the fruits of our labor.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I used to train a client. I forget the exact job title, but essentially he was the guy who ran hospitals on the
Okay.
business side. So he
Okay.
wasn't a doctor, but he was in charge of like, numbers and all that stuff. But one of the things he said he would see a lot was like really financially, good people who, worked really hard, had careers, made a lot of money, but then prioritized their health. And as a result, they usually got some very bad news. And they would be like, well, doc, what can we do? I'll do anything. I'll pay anything,
Yeah. Yeah.
and the doc be like, you got 6 months, you have 3 months. Like, sorry, like there's nothing we
Straight
can
like
do,
that. Straight like
because,
that.
their health, they put their health on the back burner for so many years to achieve a certain level of success that when they finally were able to walk away from that and think they were going to enjoy what they worked so hard for, well, then they realized their health, because it wasn't a priority, became an issue. And then by that time, it's too late. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it happens quite a bit. I hear stories all the
It
time about
does.
people when they finally retire, they get sick and it's like they got stage 4 cancer,
Right.
stuff like that. Like it's really common. And, you have to really prioritize you first over the
Absolutely.
career, over the business. You come first so you can show up as your best self and enjoy the fruits of your labor.
Absolutely, man. So dive right into Jimmy. Let's you the man. So what are some signs where we might recognize within ourselves that there's an issue as far as some early stages of depression, as well as stress, right? Because I feel like stress is like the forefront of depression, right? Stress kind of leads to depression because if you're stressing consistently, you're gonna
Yeah.
put more pressure on yourself, and that leads to depression. So, what are some signs that we could spot, and some ways we can kind of combat that?
Yeah, definitely. And just a little disclaimer: I am not a doctor. Just going. I did major in psychology, so I mean I know some things, but definitely don't
That's why
take
you
this as
the
medical
expert, man.
advice.
That's why
But
he's the expert. Shit.
it varies from person to person. It just kind of depends. But like one telltale sign is your energy. Like, are you really struggling to get yourself motivated to do anything? And that includes things you enjoy doing, like things you just used to be so excited about to do in the past. And you
Okay.
just don't feel like even doing that anymore. That's a sign, right? Like now you don't
Okay.
even want to do the stuff you don't enjoy. And the story we tell ourselves, like, oh, I'm just tired, I've been working a lot. But if you find yourself doing that consistently, there's probably something there, right? So that's just something to think about. If you don't even enjoy doing the things or being around people that you normally enjoy,
Yeah.
that's something you may want to take note of, that it could be, a sign of depression. Um,
Absolutely.
that's one, just kind of the lack of motivation, the lack of doing things that you once enjoyed, being around people that you enjoy, trouble sleeping, ironically, right? Because you may not be motivated to do anything, but you'll just be like kind of just laying there, right? Or you're just constantly like restless in bed. That's another one. It's kind of a weird thing. Like you're tired, you're lethargic, your energy's low, but you're not falling asleep either, right? So, and part of the reason behind that is if your stress hormones are elevated. See, your stress hormones are supposed to spike early in the morning, and the reason for that is so you can wake up. Like the cortisol is supposed to be there to wake you up around sunrise. So your cortisol is the highest around like 5, 6 in the morning. So if you're depressed, you're stressed, you're anxious, your stress is already high. So when your cortisol is high, it's hard for you to fall asleep. So even though you're physically tired, you
Okay.
just won't go to sleep, or you won't get good quality sleep. So again, that's something to think about as well. Are you having trouble sleeping? Another one is, have you it's kind of hard to say, but be more mindful. Like think about, look at your social media post, or kind of how you're speaking. Has your language changed? Are you
Okay.
speaking negative a lot? Are you not really throwing a lot of positive or empowering words out there, or speaking optimistic about really anything? That could be a sign. I know when I went through depression in my 20s, that was a big one for me. I didn't realize how negative I was talking every day. It was bad.
Man,
I was complaining. I was playing
say
victim.
say that again, man, because I see so much negative shit on the internet, bro, and after a while, it can't do. I feel like it don't do nothing but kind of wrap inside your head, man. Because I mean, if it's not, another rapper or entertainer dying, right? Some type of beef going on, or some type of fucking gossip, or some type of divorce, some relationship, but it's all the negative, right? So I mean,
Hmm.
it's the saying, you are what you eat, right? You are what you
Yeah,
consume. So if we
exactly.
consistently consuming that, then that can also trigger something uh, in our brains and our spirits to kind of trigger that depression, right?
Yeah.
Say,
Yep.
boy, you set up over there, ain't you?
Yeah, he is.
Hey man, I'm trying, bro. A little bit at a time. Hey, go on to YouTube, man, and look up some of the old videos. Man, dude,
I know, right?
dude. But I
We'd have come
appreciate
a
that though.
long way.
Straight up, still climbing. Get 1% better every day. That's the
Yep.
goal. That's the
Every
goal.
day. Every day.
Yeah. So appreciate that.
But kind of get back on track here. Another thing to look at, and this is, we just saw this with Buddy. I didn't really know who he was, but a lot of people I guess did, that just committed suicide. The dancer from the Ellen DeGeneres show, right? Everyone's like, oh, him and his wife that make these TikToks, and he's
Oh
always smiling,
yeah,
so positive.
yeah.
Sometimes if somebody's like overly positive and just like, just super, just it seems like nothing's ever going wrong. They just always kind of have this game face on. That could
Mm-hmm.
be a sign too, because they're trying to hide the pain that they're really in. And you could be doing it too. You could just find yourself like just trying to be over the top optimistic, and really people pleasing, and just trying to make everybody else happy. It
Right,
could be subconsciously you're unhappy. You're trying to find kind of that fulfillment through other people, and you're really trying to mask your insecurity as well. So that's just something to think about too. It's, again, it's psychology. It's so complex. There's really no one telltale thing, and that's the problem with the internet. We want to try to go to like it's this or it's that, and people will
Right.
argue this point to their blue in the face. It's like, guys, honestly, it's multiple things. It could be. It's not just one. How one person, like shows a sign of depression is completely different from another person. You know what I'm saying? Some people will completely withdraw. They won't be that overly optimistic person like my man's the dancer from Ellen. They'll
Mm-hmm.
completely withdraw. Like that would be me. I withdraw.
Gotcha.
I'll go hide. That's just my
Say
personality. Like,
hibernate, right?
yeah, I'll go hibernate. I'll cut my
Yeah.
phone off. I'll go missing. I'll go MIA on everybody. So it's different for everybody, but it's good to know what the signs are, because when you know what they are, you can move forward. You can work through it. But if you don't know what happens, what's the most
Hey,
common thing? You ask somebody, "Hey, how you doing today?" What's the comment? I'm good.
good,
I'm fine.
good. That's the
You know what I'm
number
saying?
one.
Like,
I'm good.
so some
Yeah.
people they're like, I'll put it this way. I use myself as an example. When I was depressed in my 20s, I was depressed and didn't realize it.
Mm.
And how I realized it, because people kept asking me, like, are you all right? And I kept saying, like, I'm good, I'm cool,
Okay.
tired a little bit. I'm working, trying to get in the NFL.
Right. Right.
What did it for me was I had just broke the 40-yard dash record at Bo Jackson's facility out in Lockport. They have speed and agility, they have speed and agility coach in there, and he timed my 40, and I broke the
Okay.
record. And he took a picture. He wanted to put my picture on the wall. And when I saw that picture, I saw the look on my face. I was like, this is why everybody asked me if I'm okay. And I'm like, something is wrong here. That's when I saw. But prior to that, seeing that moment, that defining moment, it's almost like you get so used to feeling bad, you don't know what feeling good feels like anymore.
Right. So
You're
like
just like, I'm good. I'm
it
good.
took you to kind of step out and look at yourself,
Yes.
right? Yeah, man. That's deep,
And
bro.
and that's when I started making changes. And that's when I
Mm-hmm.
read the book The Secret. As fate would have it, life kind of pushed me to the library, and
That's how it
I read
goes,
that
man.
book, and then it all kind of clicked for me, just kind of how my thoughts and my words and how negative I was being, like I mentioned earlier.
Okay.
So when I shifted out of that mindset and I started speaking more positively, I started journaling my thoughts. When I caught myself beating myself up, talking negative about myself, I would immediately pull out my notebook and I would write down something good about, like, if I said something bad, I had to, like, why did I say this? Okay, what's something powerful I could say about Jimmy right now? What can I learn from this? And I would routinely do that. And it didn't matter. I could be in the car at a red light. I'll pull the notebook out and write something down. But that really helped me overcome that and shift out of that mindset, and then develop as a grown man, step
Right.
into, that next level of my life. But prior to that, I was not in a good space mentally. But leading up to that moment, I thought I was fine. Like, I thought I was okay. Like, I'm cool. I'm good. So
Exactly. Exactly.
so
Oh, no,
self-awareness, guys, is key.
okay. Why you tag everyone in this post? Um, so you can tune in to the podcast, TCW. Appreciate you joining,
Yeah.
guys. We gonna tag everybody. You know, check
How
us
else we
out.
how else we gonna get the word out there? We gotta let the people know.
Check us out or don't. It's all good. But yeah, I just want to put it. I'll put all the comments up, man. So guys, talk to us.
Yep, talk
Hopefully
to us.
this is, and again, man, I just want to say this. We do this to help people. I'm a firm believer in, if it helps one person, it's worth it. Straight like that. You know what I'm saying? And it might be some information you get that you repeat to somebody else that can help them, right? So we just have to, you know what I'm saying? Just help one, man. Help one, teach one. All that good
Yes,
stuff. My guys, hope all is well. Absolutely, man. Another day above
appreciate it.
water, and hope us everything is well with you too as well. For sure. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Yeah, I ain't gonna post that comment. That's one of them scammers. I'm gonna
They
have to
want
block them. Yeah, they got some other stuff going on. We ain't
they
on
want
that.
you to hit them up on WhatsApp
Yeah.
Give them some Bitcoin and they'll give you back $1 million.
Yeah, they talking the XXX stuff, man. I'm like,
Oh, even better.
we don't want to see
Come to
no
my
live girls on
OnlyFans.
webcam. We good, fam. Straight. But yeah,
OnlyFans.com.
so back to helping people, man. All right, so
Yeah.
now that was a great job, Jimmy, of you explaining, giving examples of recognizing it. Now we recognize it, right? We do the Jimmy, right? We step outside ourselves and see ourselves and how everybody else is seeing us. And hey, this is why everybody's asking me, because I'm looking at myself and I look like something's wrong, right?
Yeah.
What are some practices that we can do to combat that? Because keep it real. The Black community, we don't necessarily want to run to therapy, right? We frown upon it. People gonna think something wrong with you. I don't want to talk to nobody about it. I deal with it myself. So for the majority, of people that's like that, what are some exercises, some practices, some techniques that they can do to help combat that, even though they're in that state where they feel like they don't really want to seek outside help?
Yeah, absolutely. There's so many, honestly, and again,
so what I
varies from
do in
person
the
to person.
description, I put some yoga in there, breathing, stuff like that.
Absolutely.
And some level one,
Yep.
just some simple things they can do on the fly to help them kind of, get themselves where they need to be.
If I had to pick one thing,
okay,
one thing out of everything,
all right,
and I would even put this over therapy, because some people just don't can't bring themselves with therapy. Get in the weight room.
Ooh.
Get your body stronger. Stronger body, stronger mind.
So the weight room. Okay.
Get in the weight room. The weight room is probably the best and most underutilized antidepressant. Get in the weight room.
Throw them weights around, Jimmy.
What's up?
Say throw them weights around, bro.
Throw them weights around. I'm telling you, moving weight, it just does. When you push, especially as you get stronger and you see the results coming, it makes you just feel better. Like you start hitting PR. Like I've had clients get off antidepressant meds by getting them to strength train. I've done that. Like
and you get stronger in the process.
Exactly. You look better in the process.
I was
you feel better in the
your
process.
Body style sculpting and getting that
exactly. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
You're a woman, right? And that dress you haven't worn in 2-3 years fits better now, right? That's going to make you feel, so you're going to feel better about yourself, right? And that's what it's about. You finding those wins to make you feel better, to shift you out of that, depressive thinking. It's a lot of as much as we think it's psychology and biology.
Okay.
And by really hitting the weight room, now we start to address the biology part of it.
Okay.
And exactly. So we're talking about releasing the feel-good hormones. That internal. We're talking about rewiring your nervous system. So we gotta. That would be my number one. Strength training. Period. Man, I ain't saying you got to try to be a bodybuilder. I'm not saying you have to try to be a professional powerlifter.
Talk to the people.
Just get stronger.
So you saying we ain't got to bodybuild, right?
Nope.
We don't got to
try to be the next big IG model.
And eat straight chicken.
No, you ain't gotta do chicken and broccoli every day.
Okay.
We're not talking extremes here. We're not talking extremes here. We're just talking about lifestyle changes, right?
Gotcha.
A simple strength training program. And if you're a beginner, guess what? You don't even have to stress about the program. Go do 3 sets of 10 of a few exercises for the next 3 months. You're gonna be fine because you haven't been doing anything, right? Now, if you're more advanced, then you need a more advanced program. But if you're just off the couch, it don't matter. Just get in there and do something. And it will work. You will see some progress. But you just got to get in there and go. So strength training, number one. Okay, so just to kind of piggyback off that, move your body. You mentioned yoga. Yes, yoga. Yoga's great.
I'm getting the yoga, guys. So that's why I'm kind of fond of yoga right now.
Oh yeah, I honestly did yoga during COVID, and it was great. I need to get back to it, and let me tell you why. Because when we experience trauma, when we're upset, the body keeps score. It's actually a book called The Body Keeps Score. We tense up, we hold that in, right? We get so tight. Yoga can help us with that tension, and by releasing that tension, you feel. Think about if you've ever had like a really good massage, how much better you feel afterwards. You just get a nice, good, relaxing massage.
That's
Your day
right.
just seems to go better, right? You got that tension out the body. Energy's flowing now.
Fucking sun brighter. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But we walk around, what are we doing? We're scrunched, we're looking down on the phone, we're tight, hips are tight because we're sitting all day, we're sitting at the computer, you know,
Facts.
neck's forward, shoulders around it, back hurts, hips are tight. So yoga is a good way to one, not only help release some of that tension that we're
Right.
holding on to our body, but also breathing, right? So again, we are, as in the West, we are shallow breathers.
Okay,
And
so you
what
got to
that
break that
means
down
is,
for me. Thank
yeah,
you. I'm like shallow breathers.
we
I
breathe
thought
we
I was
breathe
breathing
into the
fast.
chest and through the mouth. We're supposed to breathe through the nose into the belly. That's
Okay.
how we're supposed to breathe. But people breathe through the mouth into the chest. Think about this for a second. What do people do when they're having a panic attack?
Right.
Exactly.
Okay.
So if that's how you're normally breathing, very shallow through the mouth, well, guess what? You're telling your body something's wrong. You know what I'm saying? So you want to. So yoga helps you learn how to control the breathing. You do a lot of nasal breathing, nice, slow, and control, and actually, you can actually kick yourself out of fight or flight mode, out of stress mode,
That's
by
key.
breathing through the nose, 2 to 4 seconds, and
Okay.
having a longer exhale. So if you do a 2 second inhale, it'd be a 4 second exhale. Do that for a few minutes. You can literally shift yourself from being anxious and stressed to relaxed and recovering. And there's some
Okay.
good breathing videos on YouTube you can follow. I can recommend some that I do every day. But breathing is a great thing. And yoga, like I said, why I like yoga is it combines that. It combines the stretching, the breathing, and also being present. A lot of times we are depressed or we are upset, we are anxious because we are worried about future events that have not happened, or we're dwelling on things in the past that we can't change anymore. And we're not
Okay.
in the present moment, which is where we need to be. So yoga trains the mind to be present in this exact moment as well. So you're attacking three things: the
That's a
tension,
life
the
lesson, man. A
breathing,
lot of times
and being present.
we not present in the moment in our lives, right? We so busy worried about the future or the past that we forget to be present in the moment right now. So,
Absolutely.
man, shout out to you
Absolutely.
for that, man. And I see somebody saying thank you. Appreciate that. You
You're
know what I'm
welcome. You're
saying?
welcome.
Yep, yep. Man, I'm loving the feedback today, guys. We getting comments. I love it. Three things the nose does, the mouth doesn't: clean the air temperature, and slow the heartbeat. So, hey, right
Correct.
on,
Whoever that is, Facebook user, you are correct. Let's
right
show your
on.
name up there. But yes, absolutely. And for those who want to look at more into it, there's actually a great book on it called Breathe. James Nestor. That's who wrote it. It's a yellow cover book. And he actually did experiments on a lot of different breath works. And one of the ones that he did was he pinched his nose. Like, so he, kept his nose closed and only breathed through the mouth for 30 days. And his health went to complete garbage. I mean, blood pressure was up.
Mm.
He couldn't sleep. I mean, like he
You
was
get
in
that
bad
deep,
shape
bro?
by just breathing through his mouth and plugging his nose.
That's crazy. So we get that deep.
Yes, yes. So
Damn.
like breath work is so important.
Okay.
Oh, and just to kind of piggyback off that, it all kind of feeds off each other. Some sort of meditation practice. And that could be yoga for you, but say you don't want to do yoga, you don't want to stretch. You
Right.
can literally just find somewhere quiet and you can just be alone with your thoughts, maybe some
Uh-oh.
light music in the background,
I
and
like where this going.
you can breathe.
Oh, okay. I thought
I know, right?
what? Oh man. I mean, I
Oh
love
man,
myself,
it was
guys. I
going
love
somewhere.
myself. Yeah, like, hey, I can do that by myself. Got the music.
Yeah,
Shit.
make sure the kids sleep, man.
Right. Or not, just lock the door. But no, all right. Back on topic. All right.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. So
Yeah,
and just breathe. We're
yeah,
breathing.
but that rhythmic breathing, yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of good ones out there. Again, you could do what I talked about, just a simple 2 second
Okay.
inhale, 4 second exhale. You can do the Wim Hof method. Again, just go to YouTube, type in Wim Hof. Great breathing. I do Wim Hof every single morning. You could do Soma breath, Soma, Soma breathing. That's a really dope breath work practice that uses music in the background to help keep you focused.
Okay.
So You could do some breath work meditation. I don't like old school, just like try to think about nothing meditation, just because people, they just don't know how to be present already. So what they're going to do, they're going to frustrate themselves to try to think about nothing, and they're just going to quit. So I want people to kind of throw that type of meditative practice, like that thought, out the window. We're not, Zen monks, in Asia that can do that. We
Right.
live in a very distracting world. We've been
Distracted
trained
fucking
to
world.
look at our phone, every ding, every buzz. You know what I'm saying? So
Yep.
like,
Yep. So you gotta cut it off
yeah.
and
So when
put
I
it
say
somewhere.
meditation, it's just about finding that alone time to kind of be by yourself. And again, you do some breath work and just kind of just be you and your thoughts, and
Okay.
you know what I'm saying? And you don't have to do it long, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. I try to do 15 to 30 every morning personally, but that it helps a lot. So that's another one that you can do. And another one of my favorites, especially when it's nice out. Right now it's not so nice out being in the Chicago area in the wintertime, but get outside in the sun. I can't stress that enough. There's something about being connected to nature that almost kind of
Man,
resets everything within us.
man, bro.
I
Something
can't
about that
explain it.
water. And
I'm
I'm not a
learning more about
swimmer.
that now.
I'm not a mermaid. I'm not a swimmer or nothing like that. But it's something about that water.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
It's
Water.
so humbling, man, because it just
Very
lets you know
healing.
that like you're this fucking big in the scheme of things, right? You see a large body of water. So man, we got
Yes.
some
Get
more
outside
conversation.
in nature.
I love y'all presenting this info. Yoga changed my life. There is so much the breath does with the aurora of the body and magnetic field of the chi. Okay,
Absolutely.
okay.
Absolutely. And I'm actually learning a lot about that myself now, about, chi and energy flow and all that. And it's real. It is so real, and it helps a ton. People look
I
at it as
mean,
kind of
it's
woo-wooey and witchcraft, but I'm telling you, there's a reason why these practices have been around for thousands upon thousands of years. It's in the ancient tablets and stuff. Like, this stuff is real, guys. And those who take advantage of it really notice a difference immediately. Like, it's not even like it takes years to notice a difference. I mean, once you start and be consistent with it, I mean, you can
yeah,
know you'll start feeling different right away, like within a week. I'm
absolutely.
telling you.
And the thing with energy is even how we've been taught in science with energy, right? Energy does not die; it's just transformed, right?
Exactly.
So with just that concept, we got to understand how powerful energy is because it never stops, right? So man,
Never.
energy is real. We almost plants ourselves for sure. I
Hey, we're
agree to
all
that.
connected.
I agree to
We're
that.
all connected.
Plants are
We all come
amazing.
from the same source.
I agree to that. So, man,
Absolutely.
okay, input, output, love it, love it, love it.
Love the engagement. I love it.
Yeah,
Good
guys.
stuff.
So
Good stuff.
that's that's what we want. We want you guys to, for one, learn something, right? As well as learn. We want to learn from you. I think me and Jimmy was talking the other day, and I was telling him, I want to be around people I can learn from, and not necessarily
Absolutely.
who people would say are not smart or not, typical, whatever. If you want to learn and want to know more things, then you're my type of person. I want to be around you. I want to, connect with you and be involved with you because that's what it's all about, right? You can teach me something as well as me teach you something, and that goes back to the iron sharpens iron, metaphor. So we absolutely, definitely encourage people to learn as well as participate and engage because I'm going to put the comments on the screen and hopefully, like I said, somebody learned. We got to thank you already. So I'm happy about that.
Absolutely.
Static, you know what I'm saying? Um, Shout out to Gina on YouTube.
Energy
Energy
is
is
everything. Gina knows
everything.
what's up.
Gina know. Gina
Gina
G.
knows.
Gina know. So absolutely. Energy
She's
is
the one
everything.
teaching me about that. So
Okay. Okay.
I've learned a ton. That's her. We might have to get her on one time. I don't know if she's camera shy or not, but
Well,
she
tell her she can come on and cut the camera off and just do the voice then. 'Cause,
she's been putting me on games, so it's been pretty
yeah.
dope.
Okay.
So, but energy is
Okay.
everything. I mean, we're all energy. You know, we all came from the same source.
Absolutely. Well
Oh, you got to
said.
remember that. We learned that in, first grade science, right? Energy is not
Man,
created or destroyed; it's just transferred.
don't take me back to first grade science, Jimmy. I was fucking. I they put my desk in the hallway. I'll never forget.
I remember you,
That's so,
Marquise, Mike.
that was so messed up, man. Why would you do that to me? Why would y'all put my desk in the hallway, man? Like I'm not good enough. I can't handle being with the rest of the fucking population.
That's
But
because y'all
yeah,
was jokesters, man. Like,
I mean, I don't know, but it's all good. Hey, it's all good energy now, though, right? We all
that's right.
smile, so.
We can laugh about it now.
When I think about, elementary and science, it just didn't mix well for me, man. I was so bored and I don't know, whatever. But yeah, trigger. Um, but yeah, guys. So hopefully you learned something. We've been on for 30 minutes as usual. We don't want to flood you with the information, but if you want to learn more, please follow our social medias. Connect with us on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, guys, at Coach Breakcat TV. For Coach Jimmy, it's at Ingrained to Train. Man, we got so much, just free game for you guys. We always learning. We students of life. So whatever
Absolutely.
information we get, we're gonna absolutely make sure it's legit and then transfer it to you guys and give it to you, in its rawest form.
Mm-hmm.
So we definitely appreciate you guys rocking with us and tuning in. We will be back next Wednesday. And guys, if you guys want, like, again, if you got something you want to talk about, you want to hear about, feel free to reach out to us. We are very accessible, and as usual, we're working on something, guys. We got the whole tribe called Wealth going on, so we putting together a private group of like-minded people, tribe called Wealth, and that's exactly
Absolutely.
what it is. It's a tribe, and we're gonna talk about wealth and health
Mm-hmm.
and just getting 1% better every single day, right? And see what happens over time. Um,
Yes, sir.
hold on. I wrote a speech on George Washington Carver, and despite how, excuse me, despite how we as scientists by nature through trial and error.
Absolutely. Kids are the best scientists.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
and parents actually break that out of kids. And I hate to see it just because I
yeah,
understand
man.
how, because again, I'm a psych major. So I took psychology of the infant. I took learning and memory, adolescent development. So I know how people learn. And kids, that's how they learn is through trial and error. But see, parents are these days, they're so worried about the kid breaking something they paid for or being a helicopter parent or like being
Right.
too overprotective. Like you have to let kids explore. That's what they do, right? Trial and error. Yes, they break things, but they also figure things out. They're actually very, very, very clever. I let my daughter do whatever, pretty
Fuck
much. I
shit
mean,
up.
I was there in case I had to intervene, but I
Right.
would let her,
She don't hurt herself,
and I
but
would tell
yeah.
people like, no, let her figure it out. And she
Yeah.
would. And now that she's 7, she still has that thirst to learn, because I never want her to associate learning and trying new things with punishment. And that's what
Right.
parents do these days. And
Right.
then it gets compounded with school because the kids are afraid to fail, so they don't try. And guess what happens in school when you make a mistake? You get punished.
Yep.
You get labeled an idiot, like or a
Yep.
troubled kid.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And so it makes sense why they get 15, 60 years old. And they want nothing to do with learning. They want nothing to do with school. They just want to be entertained. Well, think about what you did when they were young.
That might be the topic for next week, man, because that's you kind of hitting the nerve there. Because I tell you, me being a older parent, and what I mean by older is experience, right? I have
Yeah.
a 20-year-old, and then I have a 20-month-old, right? Man, with my younger daughter, my youngest, the baby, I let her do so much shit, and of course it's because she got me wrapped around her finger, of
Yeah.
course, right? But and shout out to my boy Queese, man. He told me this. He's like, man, my daughter asked me could she like scribble on her door. I was like, hell yeah, why not? You know what I'm saying? That's her like creative juices flowing. He's like, shit, we just repaint the door. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? And I think about it as a kid, I get yelled at, screamed at about that shit, man.
Oh, yeah.
And so I just let my daughter like fuck shit up, as I say. And I'm like, hey, we can replace it, we'll fix it, whatever. But as you said, you don't ever want to associate them being creative and exploring, right, with a punishment, because
Mhm.
it's going to hinder that
They're not going to want to take
trait.
risks. They're not going to be open to learn. They'll be very close minded.
Miss talking to you, Birdcat. Man, I miss talking to you too. I think I looked up was that's my guy Shelly. Shout out to Shelly, man. Shout out to Hillcrest. Shout out to the coaching staff, everybody at the Hillcrest, the Hawk family, man. One love, guys. Man, miss talking to you guys. Call my phone. You got my number. You know, I'm on Facebook. Hit me up. I'm accessible, right? Uh, but yeah,
But
man.
Dion say, I ain't hard to find.
Yeah, yeah, you know. But yeah, guys, we've been babbling long enough. We're gonna leave you with those thoughts. And man, like I said, tune in every Wednesday, guys. Set the reminders. We are going live every Wednesday at 7:35, and we want to, teach you something and learn something at the same time. So we appreciate you guys tuning in with us. Giving us 30 plus minutes out your day. We know it's Wednesday. We know it's the middle of the week. But hey, guess where we at? We at the top of this mountain. Now we going down, right? Let's finish strong. Get better every day. Man, see you at the top.
That's right.
All right, guys. Peace.
Next week.
Absolutely.